Welcome to Auntie Life Unfiltered, the podcast where we say the things everyone else whispers, feels, or pretends they're totally fine about. Around here, nothing is too awkward, too messy, or too, oh my god, did she really just say that? Yes, I did. This is your space for real talk, real stories, real emotions, and the kind of honesty that makes you laugh, cry, and heal a little. Sometimes all at once. So grab your drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Because life's too short to sugarcoat it, and I'm not here to do that anyway. Welcome to Auntie Life Unfiltered. Let's get into it. Before we begin today's episode, I want to share an important content warning. This episode includes discussions of suicide, addiction, grief, divorce, and difficult family dynamics. If these topics may be triggering or too heavy for you right now, please take care of yourself and feel free to skip this episode or return to it later. And if you or someone you love is struggling or in crisis, help is available. In the U.S., you can call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, available 24/7. You are not alone. Hey friends, welcome back to Auntie Life Unfiltered. Today's episode is really special to me because I'm sitting down with someone who's not just a guest, but family, my cousin Steph. Steph and I go way back, like summers together, living near each other when I was a teen, making up dance routines in the living room, singing and rapping every single word to Let Me Blow Your Mind. We were absolutely convinced we were going to be famous. She also may or not gave me my first cigarette. But today we're talking about the grown-up stuff. Steph is sober from alcohol. She's raising a teenage daughter, and she's walked through some incredibly heavy seasons. Loss, grief, family stuff, divorce, and finding herself again along the way. This is a safe space. There's no pressure to share anything she doesn't want to. This is about honesty, healing, and what it looks like to keep showing up when life keeps lifing. Steph, I'm so grateful you're here. Before we get into the deeper stuff, let's start easy. For anyone who doesn't know you, how would you describe yourself right now? What you like to do for fun? What a typical day looks like for you?
Um, hey girly.
Hello.
Um, well, let's see. Typical me nowadays. I pretty much work. Um, I just got finished with the battle of, getting Raimi living with me full time.
Yeah.
Um, and Raimi is my daughter. She is my wife. Um, I tell her all the time she's my greatest accomplishment. So really
Yes.
my day to day is her.
That's awesome.
Um, And lately, I have started a new relationship, which also entails a 10-year-old. So he has special needs. So he is also
Oh,
like right there. Got to make sure on
yeah.
him everywhere. So it's pretty much work and then taking care of the kids, getting school
Yeah.
done, fun stuff. I'm still trying to get through. Like I used to sing a lot,
Mhm.
so um, I've been back to karaoke since I quit drinking twice, and it went well.
Yeah.
It's just, since moving, there's not a lot around here. So that's
Right.
usually what I do for fun. But actually, what I have been working on is actually just trying to start my own YouTube channel, and I've been writing a book.
Oh, awesome. Well, hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, especially having a teenager and then having a 10-year-old again in your life. I'm sure it's a lot of chaos and, different areas, different things going on. So definitely.
Yep, it's crazy.
What are a few things that bring you comfort or joy lately?
Coffee.
Coffee, always coffee. If you know Steph or
um,
you have her on social media, her posts are 90% coffee.
Coffee. If you ever hear anything about me say decaf, I've been kidnapped or somebody took over my body. I'm a pod person. So,
Right.
or I'm AI generated because that will never happen.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
no, no. No decaf.
yeah, I love actually just sitting with the kids. Like we watch a lot of YouTube and stuff like that and
Oh
just
yeah,
getting
that's fun.
them, to talk about like we chat about reaction videos and, YouTubers and stuff like that. And that it just seeing how well the kids have bonded since the transition.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if I froze for you, but okay. But
It's okay,
yeah,
it happens.
that's pretty
Like I
much
said,
what
we're
brings
keeping
me
this
joy most
real,
days.
so awesome. Well, if you're ready to get into some of the heavier stuff, we're gonna go through a little bit of what you've been through the last couple of years and your journey, and what brings you joy and helps you through everything. So, when did you first start questioning your relationship with alcohol?
Well, let's see. Raimi was probably about 7 or 8. And I kept trying to quit drinking, and with the lifestyle that me and my husband had built, it was very difficult. And he kinda, I don't wanna say he was an enabler, but really in retrospect, it kinda was because it almost seemed like every time I tried to quit, he's like, "No, no, we'll handle it at home." Um, and this was on and off for years of her life,
Mhm.
until 2 years where I actually absolutely hit a rock bottom, and I'm like, my daughter's gonna graduate in 3 years.
Right. Yeah.
I am missing out on so much, and I can't, like, she's gonna leave and never come back because she's gonna
Yeah.
hate me for the rest of her life. So, it was pretty much a rock bottom, um, where I guess I can get into detail, there's no my rock bottom was pretty much I was sitting on the end of my bed. Weirdly enough, we were going to a Godsmack concert that night
Oh,
that
wow.
Raimi had paid for with her
Aw.
boyfriend at the time, and so they were at school. I don't know what was going on at that given moment, but sometimes around October, it just seems to hit with Jimmy's birthday
Of
and my dad's
course.
birthday,
Yeah.
and, um, I just didn't wanna be there anymore. So
Yeah.
I was sitting at the end of the bed. Don had bought a gun a couple of years prior, and I was just sitting there staring at it. Now, mind you, I've never shot a gun,
Yeah.
so I think luckily, while not being able to turn the safety off, probably gave me enough clarity in a moment to realize Ramey's gonna be the one that finds me,
Yeah.
and that was it. I put it back, and I called the crisis center, and what was weird is, Steve, my boyfriend now, um, again,
We'll
yeah,
dig into that a little bit later, not in much
yeah.
detail, but
Um, he, for some reason, he was the one I called before I pulled the gun out, and I told him, like, he didn't answer because he was at work, so I left him a message that just simply said, "Tell Raimi I love her," and he was like, "Why? Why would
yeah.
she call me
Oh,
of
yeah.
all people?" So
Mhm.
he didn't know my address or anything, and he lived in Portage, so he called Erin, my cousin,
Mhm.
and she called the cops. So while I was on the phone with crisis, I thought they pinged my phone,
Oh.
because they knew I had a gun,
Mhm.
and, they came up and, like, they were coming around the back because she didn't know my exact address. So I'm standing out the back door smoking, and there's cops all
Oh
around the
my
back fence
gosh.
line. They're like, "Are you Steph?" And I'm like,
Oh, no.
"Yeah."
Yeah, that's scary.
And so, yep, I was in a 72-hour lockdown, and, they confiscated Don's gun, which I don't care.
No.
Um, he got it back, but
Right.
it was just so funny because, I mean, obviously then if he cared, he wouldn't have put the combination to the safe on the back of the safe.
Yeah, that's not very smart, yeah, if you don't want somebody to get into it, so oh, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. That is, a really dark moment, and that's what this is for, to bring light to everything so people know they're not alone. And, sometimes there is that little something, that divine intervention, whether what you believe in, something happens, that like you said, you couldn't get the safety lock off or whatever, it's
Yep,
something was stopping you. So I'm
right,
very
yep,
glad that is the case. And sometimes, I mean, it does take a lot of us to get to that rock bottom before we do have to pick ourselves up. And I've been through a lot of stuff, like not like you as much like that, but we all have moments that we are, laying on the floor ready to, take our own
just
lives
give
or
up.
something. Yes. And
Yep.
something usually will pull you out, and then that's what makes us stronger. So,
Right, right. And that was just thinking of her and thinking about knowing all the anxiety that she's gone through with me over the years, and then crying to her dad to come home and help, and he
yeah.
wouldn't.
Yeah, that's
And my
horrible. It's hard when
mom,
you don't have a support system like that.
yep. And my mom, the only other person around, was just as bad because she developed a gambling addiction.
Hmm.
So while I was drunk during the day, I wouldn't drive. So I would call her and be like, "Mom, come take my card and go get me some more alcohol." And she would,
Yeah.
because then she knew my PIN, and she'd go to the
Mm.
ATM, take cash out of my account, go gamble it, and bring me back my booze.
Yeah, so everybody was
So
kind of in a cycle
it
there
was
with that, so yeah.
and Raimi was the only one there. She's just like, "I watched you," because when going through the divorce process, and it's gonna go through, like, all over the place, but she
You're
she
fine.
sat there, and Don asked her dad goes, like, "Why don't you hate her? Why do you hate me so much?" And she's like, "You abandoned me."
Yeah.
She abandoned me mentally, but
Yeah.
I watched her try so many times, and you downplay every part of it just so you wouldn't have to admit your problem.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't know if that's the case, but that's what you did." And I
Yeah.
did hate her, and I told her all the time how much I hated who she was, and
Right.
it wasn't who she was.
Yeah.
And she tells me that all the time. She's like, "Mom, I hated drunk Steph.
Yeah. I get
Sober
it.
mom is my favorite
I
person."
have, in my own personal life, I have some alcoholics in my family as well. So,
Ooh, I didn't
yeah,
know
having
that.
that having that drunk parent is hard. It is. You hate that version of them. And I still to this day have a hard time being around drunk people. I have a hard time not mothering when I'm around drunk people, especially poor Kyle if he has one drink. It's just my
Hmm.
past. I can't help it. So,
And now that makes sense to me why I would always do that while I was drunk at the bars.
yeah.
Like if we go out to bars, like people
Mhm.
be trying to leave,
Oh
drunk,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I was standing on top of this dude's motorcycle in the front, holding his handlebars. I'm like, dude, you cannot go.
Yeah.
You can't go. You are not
Yeah.
safe to drive. And Don's like, you gotta let him. You can't force
Right.
him.
I
Like
know.
he's like
It's
pulling me
horrible.
off the bike. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Alcohol honestly is one of the worst things in the world that we have easy access to. So, and a
Yeah.
lot of things are downplayed, and marijuana and stuff like that are looked down on, and that's a natural plant, and then people are getting wasted driving, killing people all the time.
And
So,
personally, I have personal experience witnessing the difference between I worked in mental health right out of
mhm.
high school with my mom.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with people with schizophrenia, bipolar disorders, all these
Mhm.
different things. And they're on all these millions of
Oh
medications,
yeah.
medications for the side effects of the other
Yep. Oh
medications.
yeah.
And I had one lady that would go home to her sisters and her daughters. Her daughter was a dealer out of her house in Racine. So she would come back high as a kite, and we knew it. So until they started drug testing her, she was the
Mhm.
sweetest lady, sweetest everything. And if she tested negative, she wouldn't get to go to her daughter's house.
Right.
So she stopped smoking and became the biggest
Yeah.
bitch on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can swear, right? I don't know how
Oh yeah.
family
Say
friendly
whatever you
your
want. Fuck
channel
this,
is.
fuck that,
It
fuck a
says
duck.
the unfiltered, so I was just like
It's
going
so
with it.
unfiltered. So yeah, I warn people in my intro, like it's real. I'm gonna cuss. If you don't like it, bye bye.
Savvy,
We're real. So yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's the stigma. It's changed a little bit with a lot of states getting legal and stuff, and I'm glad there's more exposure. And a lot of us, especially in our generation, realize that too. Like it's more of a help for a lot of us than it is something that's a hindrance. So
Oh, I know, and it's funny because I came across a smoke shop because I was trying to find something to help me sleep
right,
because
yeah,
I'm an insomniac,
mhm,
and that's what a lot of the drinking did for me too, is that
yeah, oh yeah,
it would knock me out because my brain doesn't shut off.
yeah, mhm,
So I came across this little shop, which was so funny because when my mom lived by us in De Pere, there was
mhm.
this little shop that changed hands. It was just a house, but like then it became like a mechanic shop, then it
Okay,
became a smoke shop.
nice.
I didn't know this, and I learned this from my teenagers,
Oh
that
god.
there's a smoke shop there. And I'm like, wait, they can sell THC here? And there's a sign up front. I'm like, wait,
Right,
this is legal?
right,
Wait, where
yeah,
did I miss a step? And
yeah,
so I go inside and I'm like talking to this guy who is now like my sponsor, as I like to call him. He is one of my
mhm.
closest friends,
That's
Jock.
awesome.
Um, he was a functioning alcoholic all the time. He was drunk every time. Like he would go through about 3 days a month where he would dry out,
Mhm.
and it was his night and day. He's so quiet and calm and like
Yeah,
just, and he's not a mean drunk by any and all
right,
means, but
mhm,
he's more lively and talkative,
right, mhm,
and
yeah.
that's who I know. So when I come in there and he's all quiet, I'm like, oh no, you're drying out, aren't you? I can't talk to you today like this.
Right. That's funny.
I can't tell you what's going on
Right.
with me if you're not on the topic right now.
Right. That's funny. What has surprised you the most about being sober?
I don't miss it.
You don't miss it? That's awesome.
I
That's a great feeling, though. That's what
I
you
don't.
need. I mean, if you
Mhm.
did miss it, then you would go back and slip. So that's what you need to feel.
Yeah.
So,
Like Raimi even said to me the other day, she's like, maybe mom one day, we can go out and drink when I turn 21. I was like, no, I really don't care. I'm like, I
right.
don't miss it at all. And she's like, that's good, mom. I'm not even
Yeah.
going to be like a peer pressure or anything. I was like,
Aw.
that's fine.
Yeah. That's
I'm like,
awesome.
you don't even really like alcohol anyway. I'm like, you're good with your Crown Apple, but you don't even finish one drink. So it's
Oh
like,
gosh. Well,
yeah,
yeah.
they started letting her like test different things. Like she's on anxiety meds, and
Okay.
Don didn't know that
Mhm.
alcohol makes it three
Oh
times more,
gosh. Yeah.
or that her medications make one
Yeah.
drink 3 times what it
Oh
usually is.
yeah.
So they gave her a glass of wine at Thanksgiving or Christmas last year. She calls me. She's like, "Mom, I'm drunk."
Oh my gosh, I
And I'm
bet she
like,
was.
"Well, what'd you have?" And she's like, "They gave me wine." I'm like, "Well, you took your med." She's like, "Yeah, Ma." And I'm like, "Oh
Oh
my God."
man, and she
She's
was
like, "I gotta
feeling
go
it.
home."
Yeah, that's another thing. You kind of mentioned that about all the different medicines. I myself am supposed to be on stuff, but I can't. You have to get put on so much different things, and that's another thing. Like if you want to enjoy a drink or something, or even me, like going to festivals in the sun, like there's side effects from being in the sun. Like, oh my God, just no,
Yeah,
let me live my life.
I'm allergic. Like I can't
Yeah,
even, I mean, I
yeah,
have melanoma.
mhm,
When I
yeah.
get sunburnt, I get so sick. It gets so bad. But
Yeah, I've gotten to that point. It's rough, so.
yeah, well, it's just the older I get, like I'm like, oh my God, I can't go outside. I need a hat.
Right.
Every time I think about going outside, I don't know if you've ever seen Modern Family.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's an episode where they go on like this ship, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
Cameron is
I
freaked
love
out,
Cam's my
and he puts
favorite.
that hat, Cam, and just all this gear with the hat and the
Yeah. Oh
mask,
my
and I'm like,
god.
that's how I need to go outside. That's how
Right.
I can go.
That's funny. I love him. He's my favorite, so
Oh
oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
The straight guy plays the most greatest flamboyant,
Oh, yeah.
member of that relationship, and
Yeah.
Mitch is
Oh, yeah.
actually gay, so it's
I
so
know.
funny.
It is great. I love that
I
show.
love
That's
it.
one of our
It's
favorites too.
oh my gosh, it's been a hot minute since I've watched it, but I love it. Yeah.
What has been harder than you expected, and what's been better than you imagined?
I I didn't think that I was going to get divorced. So during the process of deciding that I was getting sober, and then the realization started to hit that I was very unhappy. So being that Raimi graduating high school was my biggest goal, start
Mhm.
to finish in the school that she started in, because we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have that. We moved all
Yeah.
the time, and you know
Yeah,
that.
you did.
So I
Yeah.
went to 3 or 4 different schools in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's
And she
tough.
started in West De Pere, and she was gonna finish in West De
Mhm.
Pere. So I was gonna tough it out,
Right.
go another 2 years, until she graduated, and then just leave,
Mhm.
or do whatever. Because weirdly enough, Unfiltered here, I kinda had a loophole
Mhm.
because of our age gap. He's 23 years older than I am. And because of the age gap, he said if there ever became a time where I couldn't do anything for you like that, you could go elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
So originally, Raimi's thinking, now this is Josh.
Right.
She's gonna hook up with Joshy Poo, and she's like,
Joshy
my,
Poo.
she's like, hi Joshy Poo. All right, she was allowed to go in
Aw.
the shop, and he takes care of
Right.
my baby for me
Aw.
when I wasn't there, and he
Yeah.
loves my dog. He let the dog come in the shop all the time. He didn't care, and the owners
Right.
just don't even care.
Yeah.
They brought Josh in there for a reason. They knew he was drinking the whole day. They've
Right.
worked with
Yeah.
him for years, so like they don't care. And I would come and even help him close, and they knew that because like
Right.
his girlfriend and stuff like that. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hook up with him. Getting off that one. So I didn't think that, I thought maybe, yeah, maybe a fling, type of thing. And then
Right.
Steve started talking to me more and stuff like that, making sure everything was
Mhm.
okay and how I was doing and stuff like that. And we started reconnecting and hanging out.
Yeah.
And so I told him about the loophole,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Nice.
I'm intrigued.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah, like, I know strings attached thing, huh? I was like, yeah, yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
He came to my house
Mhm.
because, mind you, Don's gone all week long. And this
Right.
is how it worked for so
Mhm.
long, because he
Yeah.
would leave all week.
Right. Yeah. He wasn't
And it was
there
just
with
me
you
and
guys.
Rainey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now also he's retiring. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all these things are going through my brain, and
Yeah.
I'm
That's a
sober.
lot.
So now they're all making sense.
Yeah.
And so like he came one time and he left, and we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
When he left the next day, um, he was like, No, I actually felt like we had chemistry, and like I was too
Oh.
afraid to make a move or do anything." And I'm like, "Who are
Oh.
you?"
Right. Who is
I'm
that's
like,
not
"Who
Steve.
are you?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"He was supposed to be in here listening to, but we had to go take care of the dogs because we got
Oh.
like 4 dogs here right now, and
Yeah.
people running amok, and
Mm.
so many people in this house. It's crazy."
Hey, at least it's nice to be surrounded by others, so
And you know what? I thought that was gonna bug me too. But
yeah.
anyway, um, when I realized that he was right, and Remy starts laughing at me. She's like, "Mom, you've literally had at least one dream a year about him, and
Yeah.
they've all been about the same thing. That's gotta tell you something."
Right.
And so when everybody found out, and I thought that Don knew, like,
Yeah. Oh.
but when I threw divorce at it, like, I knew he knew there was something going on because,
Right.
hello,
Yeah.
I'm there every weekend. I am here in
Yeah.
Portage at a hotel every
Right.
weekend.
Yeah.
You know something's up,
Something's
okay?
going
You
on. You're not
know
just
something's
going
going
there.
on. Sometimes Raimi was coming with too. So like we get this
Right.
big huge suite for $100 and like it's
Nice.
2 rooms. So
Yeah.
the kids had their own room. We had our master room with a jacuzzi tub. We
That's
had a
nice. Heck
kitchenette. Like we
yeah.
had all, yeah, like
Yeah.
it was so great. And oh my God, I was just realizing, and Raimi's like, Mom, I have never seen you smile this much.
Aw.
And she's like, you are so happy. And
Aw.
then Erin came for Raimi's birthday,
Yeah.
my cousin, and she's like, leave him. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what?" And I didn't even say anything to her, and she's like,
Right. Yeah.
"Yeah, I know what's up. I know what's going on. Raimi told me about you and Steve."
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I was trying to hold off until after the birthday, but like hearing from everybody, like that I wasn't crazy because like
Yeah.
I was isolated from them.
Yeah.
He worked for my family, but yet his family functions came first. I barely ever got to see my family. I don't know
Yeah.
half of my cousin's kids. Like
Right.
Rainey
That's
doesn't even know
horrible.
their names. She's trying
Yeah.
to fit name like she knows Aaron and Aaron's kids because they've been to our house numerous
Right.
times and
Yeah.
we've been to their house and like Lanny and her are best friends. Lanny would come
Yeah.
stay the summers with us, you know.
Right.
So she knew them and she knew Uncle Mark and she knew
Yeah.
Uncle Donnie because they all worked with Dad.
Right. Yeah.
And so then like she's just like I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Whose kid is that?
Aw.
So, like, she got to do
Yeah.
Christmas Eve with us, but in the long run, I told Don, I'm like, I'm not happy. And
Right.
you always said that you would rather me be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so being married to the person that I thought I was for the last 15 years was not who I got. That was what I least expected the most to happen was
Yeah. That's
for him to
tough.
explode.
Yeah.
And
Turn
then
into
came
a
out all
totally
the
different person.
conspiracy theories that I'd been planning this from day one with my
Oh my
mother.
gosh. Oh
And that
my
was the first
God.
question. When was the last time you talked to your mother? Your mother put you up to this, didn't she? When was oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God. I handed him my phone and I was like, I yelled at her the last time I talked to her about 3 weeks ago when I got another phone call for somebody she owes money to.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I have not talked to my mother, but when I do,
Right.
she's going to be very happy to know that I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh
oh yeah.
man.
I was not expecting to reconnect with Steve. I was not expecting to be divorced, and I especially was not expecting to be Preuss again. But
Right.
quite honestly, I missed it
I bet. You are
and
a
had
priest.
to. Well, yeah, you know, and that he used that as an insult
Oh my gosh.
to
Yeah.
Raimi, to me. He
Wow.
would degrade my entire family.
When he works for them and does stuff with them and
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but he's all chummy buddy buddy. So then he's got me even convinced now that, and this is where the manipulation comes back in because he lost control, as that
Mhm.
my family likes him and they're not happy about the divorce and blah 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 blah. My uncle came up to me, Uncle Mark came up to me at Christmas the other day and he hugged me. He's like, "I'm glad you got rid of that guy."
See?
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Everybody knows
"Oh
the
my
real.
god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!"
I must say that I knew Steve and Steph way back when Steve kind of first came around. They actually both lived in Ohio by us for a while. So I got to see that dynamic and I've always thought you and Steve were soulmates. So when I found out you
And
guys are
Steve
back
knows I'm
together,
talking about him. He's telling me.
Steve, go away. No,
No,
but
it's Don. It's
oh,
the
Don,
ex.
oh shit.
Jesus.
Even worse. He must be listening. Oh
I
no,
told
he's
you, he
listening.
knows I'm talking about him. He doesn't even know how to log into his YouTube account.
But yeah, that is awful. I mean, he probably did try to keep you masked and keep you with alcohol and everything so he could, that is a definition of a narcissist. So I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I'm glad that you are coming out of that. You're finding yourself again, you're finding your happiness again. You and Raimi can have a better relationship, and people that know you and are with you through your journey know the real truth. So let him talk his shit and let him be him. So
Well, that's
he's a
what
grumpy old man.
Randy's biggest problem because like I was gonna still live there, okay? And
Yeah.
we were trying to make this as easy as possible.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I was still gonna live there so Raimi could finish school, but I was
Mhm.
not gonna be there a lot because I can
Yeah.
work from anywhere in Wisconsin. So the best part about this was that I can take my job with me as long as
Right.
I'm still living in
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So it was great. And then when he got off the road, it got hard real quick.
I bet it did.
And
That's a
and
big
and
change.
Ramey's like, Mom, I can't watch you like this because
Yeah.
he's here all the time asking you a million questions, always in your business. I had my own room,
Yeah.
and like he was constantly in there. Me and Ramey would go and hide in there and
Yeah.
watch TV in my room, watch what we
Yeah.
wanted to watch. And she couldn't take it anymore. She's like,
Yeah.
Mom, I can't. I need to move by you. I
Yeah.
can't be here anymore with him.
Yeah.
And like we have recordings. It escalated so much to the point where a 911 operator dispatched police because I was dispatching an ambulance from Portage for her because she was having a massive migraine and she couldn't move to go get her medication and he wouldn't answer the phone.
Oh, geez.
So he came downstairs after I called his sister, and
Mhm.
he comes running downstairs screaming at her, calling her a fucking liar, and you're just fucking making this shit up and blah blah blah. And the
Oh
dispatcher
my
was like,
gosh.
"Is that your dad?" And she's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Do you feel safe?" "No." "I'm
Yeah.
dispatching the police."
Yeah. Good.
I
Yeah.
was hoping by the time I got there after my 2-hour drive, so pissed off. So then she passed me through on the phone too. And I was talking to her, and that's when she asked, she's like, "Are there any weapons in the house?" I was like, "Yes, he has a gun."
Mhm.
And she's like, "Thank you for letting me know that." I was like, "The Pure Police will know that. They know me by name."
Oh
And
gosh.
she
Yeah.
started laughing. She's like, "Is that a good thing or a bad thing?" I was like, They just know me for the drunk girl that tried to kill herself."
Hey,
Which
at
I
least you
had
can
that
make
same
light out
cop.
of it.
This
Yeah.
was so great. So the cop that had to sit with me at the hospital
Mhm.
and then escort me to the crisis center, he said, "You were the easiest person." Like, because
Aw.
the detox hasn't hit, sir. When I blew point six, not a
Mm.
point zero six, a point
Yeah.
6. I should have been dead. Um,
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
a lot.
sitting there, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, you've been the easiest person." I was like, "Well, can you do me one favor? I know in the crisis center I can't smoke."
Right.
And he's like, "I'll let you have a cigarette." So he pulled around the parking lot after we pulled out of the hospital, and he takes me out of the car, and I learned how to smoke in front of me with handcuffs. So it
Oh,
was
nice.
so awesome
Hell
that he lit
yeah.
it for me.
Learn a
My,
new skill there.
yeah, I did. I learned how to smoke in handcuffs. So then when this whole ordeal went down, like there was one instance where Steve came to stay by us, and Don knew he was coming there. He
Mhm.
didn't care as long as he was gone before he got home from
Right.
the road.
Yeah.
So him and Stevie were there, Steve's son,
Mhm.
and the battery died in the van, and it
Mhm.
was at night, and Don wasn't expected to be home until morning.
Yeah.
So I called him to tell him that the battery died. I'm going to take Steve in the morning to Walmart to go get a new battery, and then they'll leave. I just
Right.
wanted to let you know because I didn't know
Yeah.
what time you were going to be here. I'm in Bondwell, which is 40 minutes away. I'm
Mhm.
in Bondwell, and if I get there and that van is there, I'm calling the cops.
Oh, Jesus.
It's February. I jumped his car. I followed him back here. Had to come back home because that was my agreed upon custody with Ramey. That was
Yeah.
my weekend with Ramey. Had to go drive there. Well, he wouldn't let me leave, so Steve made me stay there, and we called Ramey. And she's like, "No, Mom, if you can't drive, it's in the middle of the night. I don't want you driving home."
Right.
And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." So I went to bed, came home first thing in the morning. He gets up in my face. But while on the way there, though, I get a phone call from the police department.
Oh boy.
And he's like, "Hey, Steph, how's it going?" I'm like, "Matt, is that you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I volunteered." I'm like,
Oh
"Oh." He's
gosh.
like, I had to check on you." He's like, "How you doing?" I was like,
Aw,
"I've been sober since the last time you saw me, Matt." And
that's
he's like,
awesome.
"That is the most beautiful thing I can hear. Now you
Aw,
want to tell
that's
me what
great.
you did since then?" Like, "I'm getting a divorce." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, see, we didn't mention that. He just said you were having an affair in his house and he was
Oh my
pissed about
gosh.
it." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
fun
that's nice
times,
of the
fun
officer to
times.
check on you and oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well,
Yeah,
he
you've
called the
definitely been a
cops, so
lot, so oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, I'm glad you're somewhere else and hopefully, I mean, it's hard because you do have a child together, but she's getting older too and she sees both sides of everything. So that's a lot of people tend to forget is like, especially as the kids get older, but even when they're younger, they see everything and they take
Mhm.
in everything. So,
Yeah,
which kind of
and,
leads
like,
me
the
to
kid
my next thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you can't make a kid feel guilty because it's not their job to reach
It's
out.
not.
Like
It's not at all.
that's on you.
Yeah.
And then when you can't even justify or like acknowledge what you did wrong,
Yeah.
then you're never gonna fix that relationship.
No,
So
not at all.
it's
And we
on
all
you.
know that personally with our own parents and relationships. So,
Yes, we
yeah,
do.
that's something that me and Kyle talk about, and even my brother too, is our generation really does try to break that curse and break the family dynamics and change how everybody looks at that. Yeah, family's not just family. Like, you don't have to be around them, especially if they treat you a certain way and disrespect you. So,
Getting rid of toxic people was a main focus point of sobriety.
yes, and that should be a big part of it because if you continue
I
to be
learned how
around
many
all
people
that,
were my friend.
yeah,
That was
that's true
also
too.
unexpected.
Yeah, that's a rough one
Who was
too.
really my friend and who was
Mhm.
just there because I was drunk. Like,
Yeah.
you don't like sober me because you actually get to see the real me, and
Yeah.
I changed
Yeah.
everything about me so Don would love me. I
Yeah.
stopped listening to my music. When Raimi asked me to go to Knot Fest, I hadn't listened to heavy metal in ages.
Yeah, that's not right.
I
Yeah, you should
stopped
be able to still
everything.
be you. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I looked at her, I'm like, what's Knot Fest? And she's
Oh
like, it's
god.
Slipknot, Mama. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know what Slipknot is. I'm quizzing you. Name a
Right.
Slipknot song. She's like, Custer. I was like,
Oh, nice.
sing it. And she's like, can I sing it? And I'm like, yes, you
Aw,
can.
that's
And she did.
awesome.
And I'm like, yeah, we're going to Knot Fest. We're going to Knot Fest right now. And then
Right.
that was that right there. And I think that awoke in me originally.
Mhm.
And it was about 2 more years before, and it was missing that Godsmack concert too because I couldn't go. And
Right.
she
Yeah.
was so devastated. And I paid her back for that ticket with interest.
Yeah.
And I was so devastated, and she was devastated when he started playing Under Your Scars.
Oh, yeah.
Um, she started bawling,
Aw,
and she was like, "Mom, we can't do this anymore." And she was so scared during the divorce process that I
I
was going to
bet.
relapse, and I came
Oh,
close so many
yeah.
times. And Josh texts me, get here now. Leave the parking lot of the bar or the liquor store that you're at and
Yes,
get here now."
yes. Yeah. It's and like we kind of said a little bit ago, it's such an easy access thing to get alcohol. You can go into almost anywhere and get alcohol. So it's
Yep.
so much. I couldn't imagine. I am lucky that I've never become an alcoholic. It's would be easy for me too, especially with the dynamics in my family.
Both sides. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
both
both
sides.
sides, and I know you as well. We both love Jaeger. So yeah,
It's
so
an evil curse. It's an
it
evil
is,
curse.
yes, but I easily could have slipped into that, and I know how easy it is to get back in that. So I give you a lot of praise and strength for that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about being a mom and raising a teen. We're just kind of on that subject, so perfect leadway here. What's something about being a mom to a teen that no one prepares you for?
I am actually going to have to say that probably any of my answers will not be out of the norm because
You're
me and
fine.
Raimi's relationship is not a normal one. I
Right,
am not raising a daughter. I'm raising my best friend for the
right.
most part. Like
Yeah,
we've been each other's ride or die.
yeah,
We've had to be there for each other. We've
yeah, for
known
sure.
every moment, every waking thing. Like she can't even I can tell you what I was expecting. Getting a daughter when I found out I was having a daughter, which I did not want a daughter because
I'm
I knew what
sure.
a horrible teenager I was, and
Oh,
karma
yeah.
is not my friend.
No.
So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm going to get something 3 times worse than me. And I disappeared on my mom for 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh,
Payback's
oh,
a
yeah.
bitch.
Not what I got at all.
That's awesome,
My
though.
my kid took off. The worst thing that she's ever done was took off in the middle of the night with her friends.
Mm.
And she told me about it later.
Nice.
Because she punishes herself. She feels
Yeah.
so guilty. She is the weirdest, and she also inherited the narcissism. So now I have a narcissist with a conscience.
Right. That's rough. That's gotta be really hard for her because she feels everything even when she does something, yeah, so
I was also not expecting a girly girl because, as we know, I am not. So
yeah.
she is everything I am not. And we actually just had this conversation the other night that I'm jealous of her. And
Oh,
she's
okay.
like, "What, Mom?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're
Aw.
fat. Everything. I love everything about you. You're everything I ever wanted to be in high school. And I hate that my fat pants look better on you. It's very upsetting." And she started laughing. And she's like, and then I found out she's actually jealous of me. And I'm like,
Aw.
why? I am like a horrible person. And she's
Oh
like,
no.
"No, mom, you like
Aw.
did all this and you came out of
Aw.
this." And like
That's
she like
amazing.
there were moments I really thought you were gonna fall. Like
Yeah.
and I'm not scared anymore. Like
Yeah.
you broke the threshold. Like
Aw, that's
and
awesome. That's
I told her, I
amazing.
was like, that was the last promise I break to you, child.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to that.
Awesome. That's great. I'm glad that you guys have that kind of relationship. I think, especially as kids get older, that it's easier to get into more of a friendship relationship. And if I had my own kids, I would kind of be that way too, because you got to let them grow, let them learn on their own, but also let them be comfortable
I didn't
coming
know I
to
had a
you. So,
dog.
a dog. So, yeah, at
Hi,
least she
Hera.
feels comfortable coming to you with those things, and not hiding that. If you're a strict parent that doesn't check in with your kid and doesn't know them, that's where stuff
And
can
that's
go
the
wrong.
thing that I also learned, which I guess I can throw her friends in here too.
Yeah.
This might put a little perspective on normalcy. Um, because Raimi is your average teenager now that she
Right.
gets to be one. She doesn't have to,
Yeah.
take care of mom.
Yeah.
Um, she's on TikTok. She has her VR headset. She's got her own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing. And she has her moments. Like now, like we have our time in the evening when I'm done with work. Even
Mhm.
like while she's on break, half the time she's laying here behind me because
Right.
she's like, no, I have to be with sober mommy all the time because it's
Right.
she's very clingy now. But when her friends would come over, like our place was the place to be.
Right. Yeah.
And especially more so after I got sober. Like, the kids thought it was great because they could get away with anything when we're both
Right.
drunk and we're all
Yeah.
next door at the neighbor's house. We're all just
Right.
drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody was drinking. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So, but like the kids, I let them be themselves.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, I would go pick them all up. I would obviously be sober for most of this. And usually Raimi would make me promise I would be sober for her birthdays if her friends were there. And I did.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so, like, they were allowed to be themselves. There was no
Right.
strictness. I'm like,
Yeah.
obviously, don't kill each other. Don't make each other
You're right.
bleed. We got
Yeah.
the trampoline. Nobody's in the
You're right.
pool if there's no adult here. The
Yeah.
normal basic rules. But it's like, feel free to swear. I don't care. You guys
Right.
know now at this age what's appropriate. Because
Right.
like
Yeah.
Raimi said fuck it in front of me the one day, and her friend was like waiting for her to
Oh
get
my
yelled
God,
at.
that's
Like,
funny. You're like,
I'm like, that
no.
doesn't happen here because my job is not to cause more anxiety on you.
Right.
You know
Exactly.
what is right and wrong. That
Yeah.
should have already been instilled in your head.
Right.
This is a free space. Like,
Right.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the kids were
Yeah.
always at my house, always at
That's
my house,
awesome.
especially more so after I was sober because I participated more
Right.
with whatever
Yeah.
was going on. And they
Right.
loved that. Like, we would go out, we would do stuff, we'd go to the
That's
movies,
awesome.
go to the mall, and I
Yeah.
hate all of those things.
Yeah. Well,
Movies I like, but the
at
mall,
the mall, no.
you know me at the mall.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
last time we went to the mall, I let your brother pick out Janko pants, and your mom yelled at me for it.
That's funny. I was just gonna bring her up and say my mom is kind of like that. She always took all the stray kids in. Our house was always my mom let us kind of be us too. So it's important to have that relationship. And my
That's
mom's
why
one of
I
my best
loved it at
friends.
your
So
guys' house. And she
yeah,
always called me out on my crap. Like
yep,
whenever I did something wrong, I was
right,
just like, yep.
yeah,
And as a teenager, like I loved being by your mom, and that's why I
yeah,
called her Auntie Eva Lady
yeah,
because it was the
yep,
exact opposite of who she was. She's the
yeah.
kindest person, and I still
Oh
talk to her
yeah,
every so often. We have our
yeah.
little chats every so
Aw,
often. She
she's
sends me like
great.
these cute
So
little pictures of her new figures that she gets,
I
and
love
I
her.
send her weird videos of owls.
Yeah,
We
she's so
have our own
silly.
dynamic.
I know, she just
Uh,
lives to send me reels. I'll send her a message and she won't even answer me. She'll just send me a reel. I'm like, hello, lady. Okay. But no, it's great to have that kind of I'm thankful for that myself. Like I said, she's one of my best friends, and you obviously are already best friends with Raimi, and you guys are just going to continue to have that relationship. So you've
yeah,
answered a
yeah.
lot of my questions just by talking, and you kind of already answered this, but is there one thing that you hope she takes away from watching your sobriety journey and growth, or something that she can instill in her future?
Something that she actually told me that she wants to take away from that she's working on right now is my
Okay.
strength.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Because she's very scared about going off to college and everything and being an adult. Like she's realizing how much closer she is to that. And she's like,
Yeah,
Mom, I'm gonna try to take some of your strength. And I'm like, girl, if you need it, take it.
right. And I mean, it's sad that she did have to go through everything she had to go through, but also in a way, it's a blessing that she did and that you guys have come out of it together before she's left home because she has
Hmm.
seen the ugly sides of life and different things, and she knows what to look for. You know, like when if she does go off to college and people are drunk at parties and stuff, you know, like she has more experience with that than a
Yeah.
lot of other kids. So that will help.
Yeah,
She'll
she could
probably
just
be
be
like
like,
us, mothering everybody else.
oh yeah, she'd be like, oh, she will too. It'll kick in too, because she'll
Yeah.
just be like, oh my god, I need to get you a bucket. You got to have something to puke in.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'll get it. Have some
Right.
water.
That's great. I love that though. She's great. I would love to get to know her more myself. Just what I have seen of her and know of her, she's absolutely gorgeous. She's a great kid and you should be very proud of who she is. So
I am. I tell her every day. I'm like, I know you don't need to hear this, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyway because I wanted to hear it. That how proud I
right.
am of you, and yeah, how far you've come.
Yeah.
Like she is so intelligent, and she's finally letting that show.
That's
She's
awesome.
finally doing like she tried sports, but she
Mhm.
said she's like, Mom, I thought you wanted me to do sports. I'm like, no, I
Aw.
was just trying to find you a hobby, girl.
Something to do. Yeah.
And I'm like, soccer. We started soccer together. I coached it
Yeah.
for half your
Yeah.
life.
Right.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
when I quit coaching is when you didn't want to do it anymore. So I'm like, okay, we're good with that. And I'm like, you're into
right.
art. She's
yeah.
working on her drawing. Like she's writing a
That's awesome.
manga. Like I'm not
Nice.
gonna tell all of her stuff because like then
Right.
she'll have a million things to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
she's
Trust me.
welcome anytime. And like I said, I'm trying to make this a long-term thing. And as you guys can see, it's very unreal and or it's unreal. It's very real and unfiltered. And
Most
I'm open to
people
talk about
probably would
anything.
think we're unreal, seriously,
I know this
because
is gonna be a great episode.
the stories like did they
oh
take
shoot,
long enough to even start
no.
hashing out the things that we've done?
I have to
Ugh.
say, where I live at right now, I'm maybe 1,000 feet away from where Hope, I'm not gonna say your last name, used to live, where we all used to get in trouble for hanging out. So, do you remember those days?
It's funny, every so often, for some strange reason, I
Yeah,
like to go on Marsha's page to see if I can find a Hope in there, just to
yeah.
see what her
I feel
life
like
is
she
like
did pop up
now.
not too long ago. Yeah,
If her kids got taken away, or
they're probably.
something.
God, her kids are probably like 30 now.
Oh
We're
my
so old.
god. Oh my god, I just realized that, and to me, they were just little babies, and I'm like, "Oh
I
my god, I'm
know.
42.
I know.
They
Time
could be
goes way too
30. Oh
fast. They
my
could.
god."
Yeah, because they were like probably like 10 or something. Some other
Mm,
kids. So, oh man. Good old
Jesus.
New London, all those people. So there's really nobody around here anymore, though. We came back. It's quiet and peaceful, so we like it. But
I do
yeah,
like that small town feel that New London always gave off.
yeah,
Like, even
yeah.
even living out where we lived, it was like still going into town, it just
Oh
felt
yeah,
like I felt like
yeah,
we lived in Mayberry, I swear to God.
yeah. That's my calm when
I
I
miss
need.
it. I
Oh
really
yeah,
miss it, honestly. I miss
yeah.
living out in the middle of nowhere
Me
now, but
too.
I'm happy now because I can hear the train again.
Oh nice. That's always. I find trains relaxing, and the ours in town you can hear it too. So.
Yeah. I mean, we could hear it go by, but they weren't allowed to do the siren in town.
Oh.
So, like, the
Oh,
guy would do it,
huh.
like, right at the outskirt of town, and you
Yeah.
could hear it just faintly in the distance.
Faintly. Yeah.
And right
Oh my
now, like, I
gosh.
can hear it right there. And the first time Raimi heard it, she was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "It's close, buddy. It's right
right.
there."
Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. We kind of talked about you and Steve reconnecting. What has it been like discovering who you are now?
I actually like us better now.
Yeah.
Um, well, so that's one thing that Raimi asked me. She asked us both this. She's like, "If you guys could go back and change it, would you stay together?" And we looked at each other, or no, we didn't even look at each other. We both said no instantly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, "Why?" I'm like, we both are like, "You two. We wouldn't
Yeah.
have you two.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't change that." And we were on different paths at the
Right.
time
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
going in different directions. And Steve was in that mindset that, we got to stay here and take care of the families. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. yeah. Different directions
And
at that time. Yeah.
I think now, when I found out he was going to be a dad, I was just like, that was one of the reasons I left you, dude.
yeah.
I wanted to be a
Oh.
mom, and I
Yeah.
somehow found a man that was 23 years older than me that willingly gave me another child,
Yeah.
like, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to raise your adult son,
Yeah.
although it probably would be better. But no,
yeah.
like, we are, like, so much more in sync now. Our
That's
craziness just
awesome.
blends. Like, I can be me, and Raimi just finds us so funny
That's
because
awesome.
she's like, "You guys don't even, like, get offended by anything." And, like,
No.
if Steve will say something completely retarded, and I'll just continue it, and she's just like so then now she's doing it too,
Oh
and now we
gosh.
got Stevie doing it, so it's like a
Aw.
family of 4 talking a
Yeah.
bunch of crap in the living room.
That's funny. That's great though. I'm so happy for you guys. And like I said, I've always seen that spark between you two. But I agree, like you both needed to do your own thing. You both had your children, and I think he came into your life at that perfect time. And he's probably a big factor in what, helping you get sober and wanting to stay sober as well. So it was perfect
Yeah,
timing.
he was, like, my greatest support, like,
That's awesome.
between him and Raimi and Josh, like,
Yeah.
they got me here, and
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
I do give a lot of thanks to Corey Taylor because I
That's
spent a lot
great.
of time crying with Corey Taylor.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
"Corey,
yeah.
tell me how you do it. Tell me how you've been sober this long."
Right. Yes.
And I take a lot of my inspiration from music, as you know, that has always
Yes.
been the biggest part of my life,
Mhm.
and I miss singing so much with dad,
Yeah. I
and
know.
that was a
I
big
bet.
thing. When I get to come across those days on my Facebook when I get to
Oh yeah.
post me and dad singing or,
Mhm.
dad's video is always on YouTube, so me and him are singing on there. But that one song pisses me off now because I recorded that song and Jimmy fought for me to get the recording the way I wanted it because you know how dad was.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "No, we should do it this way." And Jimmy's like, "This is her song. This is her time. You want to record with her. You're doing it her
Right.
way."
Yeah.
So I got it how I wanted it. And then I did it for Don.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
I
now
look
it's
at
kind
it
of
that
a
it's a
yeah.
Beatles song. It's,
Right.
across the universe. It's universal. It's Raimi's favorite
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at it
was when she
that
was
way.
littler. Yeah,
Right.
that's how
Yeah.
I look at it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the only song in existence with me and Dad singing together.
Aw. I lost my CD of him and you guys, but I do get on YouTube, especially when I'm feeling I need some Uncle Billy in my life. So your dad was very special to me. I will always be Bubbles. I will
Yeah,
always
always
think of
bubbles.
him, and like there's a lot of great uncles out there, but he really made everybody feel special. And yeah, one of my favorite moments was he wasn't able to make it to my wedding, but he called and sang to me. So like
Mm,
that is one of my most precious memories of your dad. So
he
I
did.
just want you to
He
know
did
we
tell
think
me
of him
that.
often. So he is very special to me. So
He was very special to a lot of people, and I'm
he
not gonna
was.
like bring up
Yeah.
Dad at any way, but like only good times for with Dad because my
Yeah.
family learned a lot of things that he was just very good at hiding, and
Mm.
it's been
Yeah.
kind of an overload. So
I bet. I'm sorry
my
to hear that,
dad,
but yeah.
my dad wasn't a bad person. He just made
Right.
some bad choices, and
Yeah.
alcohol played a big factor in
Oh
that when
yeah.
we were littler.
Yeah.
Um, so things happen, but
Right.
it wasn't always bad. My dad, we
No.
had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he was very loud, but you know what? He got a kid to piss his pants and stop dead in his tracks in our front yard that was trying to beat up Jimmy. So, you know what?
Yeah. Go ahead
That
and use
loudness
that
came to
loud.
our benefit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man,
So,
yeah, I get it. My dad's not perfect either, but they were our dads, and there's the good
yep.
times and there's the bad stuff, and their past and what they did wasn't always who they are. So, and we all have our secrets, and that's something I have learned as I've gotten older, and I've said it to both of my parents is like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, it just hit me that this is their first life. This is their first go at everything too. They're just learning as they go. Like as kids, you just think your parents are, but as you
They
get
just
older,
know
you're like, you're
everything.
just, you're just learning and growing too. So,
Yep. Yep.
oh yeah.
It's all
Well, this
trial and
conversation,
error.
oh yeah, for sure. So this has been great. I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions now. Just a couple of questions, one words like this or that. So, coffee or energy drink? I know the
Coffee.
answer. Coffee. One word to describe teenage girls.
Crazy.
Crazy. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, as you know, Ants has a 12-year-old and 11-year-old now, so we're getting to that hormonal crazy stage. So,
Enjoy.
yeah, he's in for it. And he has a girly girl and a semi-tomboy, but she's also
I've
kind of girly
noticed.
girly.
I've
So,
noticed
yeah.
she's kind of in the mix there.
Yeah, she is. She likes to do her hair and she's wearing mascara now, but she
Oh,
was the only girl in football. So, yep. Love my nieces. So,
that's awesome.
Favorite throwback song?
Oh, that's not even a rapid fire because I had it just a second ago and I totally lost it. Bother. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. That song gets me to this day. So I have so much emotions and things attached to that song, but I think that's a
I
good one for a lot of people. So,
I think a lot of it too is like his story behind it too, like
yeah.
when he wrote it and like
Mhm.
how he never thought it would ever be a song and
Right.
like just hearing people sing it just is
Yeah.
so awesome. Like I watched him
Yes.
sing it live in London on YouTube. Definitely
Yeah.
watch that London show,
Okay.
acoustic
Yeah.
live. Watch
Yeah.
it. It's my most favorite thing. He does SpongeBob, my favorite thing that he does.
Aw.
And but when the crowd sang back to him,
Mhm.
he literally stopped and he's like, "That's my nipples, y'all. That's my."
Aw. He's great. He got a bad rep for years, and it was, probably a lot to do with not being sober and all the things he went through. But he's actually
Mhm.
a really great guy, and he speaks up a lot for mental health and everything else. So,
Yeah,
and
with his grandpa and
metal,
stuff and the
yeah.
veteran stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Metal and rock, and that's something that I'm trying to bring to this podcast too, is there's so much taboo-ness around it, and people just think metalheads are assholes and pieces of trash. Like they're the nicest people in the
And then
world.
they'll
So
show you those pictures of here's
yeah.
Corey Taylor with a friggin'
For the
kitten and
puppy or
they're
yeah. Yeah. For
so
sure.
evil.
Summer nights or cozy nights in?
Cozy nights in because I hate summer and I hate bugs.
Hey, that's a good answer. I know you guys watch a lot of YouTube, but do you have a guilty pleasure TV show?
Dateline.
Date? Okay, true crime always. Yeah, we're always watching true crime. We watch a lot of true crime on YouTube. There's a lot on YouTube if
I am
anybody.
finding some more, like, cause I got some reels that pop up, and then when I find out they got YouTube channels, I'm like, yup,
Oh yeah.
subscribing. There we
That's
go.
been our new thing lately is we spend hours watching all those crazy body cam and live feed you
Yep.
true crime
That is
stuff. So
me all day long. That's what I do when it's finally quiet on the phones. I'll just start
yeah.
watching body cam footage on my phone.
Nice. Hell yeah. If we made a dance routine today, would we still kill it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think so too. We'll never not be able to do
No,
that. So
no. See, I think we kill them more now, especially because
I
you've been
think
working on
so.
those hula hoop moves.
Yeah, we
And then,
got
like,
it.
I got my waist back again. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we could do it.
Hell yeah, we have to do it next time we're together.
But see, we got to do a dance routine and the rap
Yeah, we gotta
because
practice.
we
Oh
got to
yeah,
do it both. So
I'm down.
let me
Maybe
blow
we'll
your
see a
mind has
future
to be.
episode, everybody.
Well, yeah, because then I'll have to talk about my book and stuff and what,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
that's about me. So
That's awesome. I'm glad
all
you're
the way
doing
back to
that.
the beginning, starting with all the trauma, everything from day one.
Well, I will be one of the first ones to buy it when it's ready, and I'm excited to read more about you. Obviously, I know stuff, but I don't know everything, and you're my cousin, and it's important. So, one word you tell your younger self,
Mm, one word?
or a sentence, or some kind of advice that now that you're older and everything you've been through, or knowing the girl you were back then,
Try more.
cry more. I like that. Be more emotional, let things out, feel things. That's a
People
good
think I'm
advice.
a very cold person. So
Yeah.
I don't do well at funerals because I suddenly like develop a resting bitch face because I literally have no idea how I'm supposed to react because
Yeah.
growing up, crying was weakness. Being
Right.
married, crying was like weakness, yet he'd cry at the drop of a flippin' hat. But
Usually that's
it's
how it
just,
goes.
uh-huh, a thong, a literally
Yeah.
thong.
Oh my God. Well, that is great advice. I completely agree with that. So, Steph, thank you truly for showing up so honestly today. Your story matters, your strength matters, and I know someone listening needed to hear exactly what you shared. If you're listening and you're questioning your relationship with alcohol, navigating grief, or just trying to be a good parent while figuring yourself out, you're not alone and you're not broken. As always, this is a safe space. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. And if you ever feel called to share your own story here, my inbox is always open. Steph, I love you. Thank you for being here and thank you for being you.
Love you too, Bubbles.
Love you. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, friends, that's a wrap on today's episode of Auntie Mel Life Unfiltered. Thank you for spending this time with me and stepping into the real, the raw, the messy, and the magical, because you know we don't do surface level here. If this episode hit home, made you laugh, or helped you feel a little less alone, go ahead and follow the podcast and share it with someone who might need it too. And remember, you are never too much, never too little, and never alone on this wild ride. I'll meet you back here next time for more truth, more feels, and more unfiltered goodness. This is Auntie Mel signing off. Stay real, stay kind, and stay unfiltered.